think you'd manage this without getting seasick?
I'll have to prepare for seasickness and just
I'll bring you a bag.
go anyway.
You can just put your head in a bag. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
once you
fine.
get there, it's fine. There's only so much that can come out, right? Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking into Split in Croatia. In our recent video we kind of looked at the top 10 places to visit in Croatia as a whole, and in our last video we looked at Dubrovnik, so now in this one we'll be looking at Split. The video we're watching is by World Wild Hearts. It's the same producers as the Dubrovnik video, which we really liked. We was really impressed by just everything they did about it. It just felt like a really well made video.
Their editing style and the way they incorporated maps, it looked really good in it. Yeah.
So yeah, let's jump in and let's have a little look at Split, shall we?
I mean, already.
It looks good from the start, doesn't it?
What's up guys, we're here in Split, Croatia. In this video we're going to show you the best things to do in and around the city. So hope you enjoy it.
There we go.
Yeah.
The Google Earth. Straight away.
Split is located in western Croatia along the Dalmatian coast. As Croatia's second largest city, it's always buzzing with life and has been for thousands of years. Split was put on the map by Emperor Diocletian, who had his palace built there between 295 and 305.
Massive.
After his death, the palace was continuously used throughout history by different civilizations, like the Romans, Byzantines...
Pause it a second. I'm just going to turn the volume up ever so slightly because it feels a bit quiet.
Okay.
I think we'll try that.
And Venetians.
There we go.
Today, life continues between the old city walls and is one of the reasons why travelers visit. But Split's unique setting between the dramatic coastal mountains and the turquoise waters of the Adriatic Sea also make it an ideal vacation hub. In this video, we'll highlight 10 amazing things to do in and around Split. So let's dive in. We are Zach and Ina. We make helpful videos about destinations around the world so you can easily plan your own adventures.
The Riva Promenade.
That's the palm tree promenade.
The lively waterfront promenade, known as the Riva, is the best central reference point in Split. Lined with cafes and restaurants, it's a great place to eat and drink, or just stroll around and breathe in the atmosphere. It can get busy sometimes because of the immense cruise ships that dock here almost on a daily basis.
So that's where they dock. So this is the palace. Okay. This looks awesome, actually.
Diocletian's palace is one of the most impressive ancient Roman monuments in existence today, and you'll likely spend most of your time in Split here. Located in front of the harbor, it's the beating heart of the city, and you'll find plenty of bars, restaurants, and shops inside its walls. In fact, there are over 200 buildings within the palace boundaries.
Wow.
And even though the original structure has been added to and altered continuously over millennia, it's absolutely fascinating to walk through its narrow streets.
Can you imagine?
Access this imposing structure from one of its 4 historic gates.
It's so vast, isn't it?
Located inside the palace, Split's cathedral is one of the best preserved ancient Roman buildings still standing. It was originally built as a mausoleum to Diocletian.
Wow.
However, in the 5th century, the Christians destroyed the emperor's sarcophagus and converted his tomb into a church dedicated to one of his victims. You can buy a ticket that combines a visit to the cathedral with the bell tower, which offers a panoramic view of the city. It also includes the treasury, where you can find preserved sculptures and paintings that relate to the cathedral's history, as well as the Temple of Jupiter, which is an ancient Roman temple that has been converted into the cathedral's baptistry.
So we're inside the Temple of Jupiter, and there's actually a lot of cool decorations here, and you can also see these facial expressions actually in the ceiling here, and it's really beautiful. Like there's a lot of them.
He looks like he's in pain. The Marjan Hill.
To the
I wonder
west
if
of
this
Split,
is- I wonder if this is like their previous video where they had that really high vantage point where they could see back over the city and it looked really cool.
Maybe. I mean, the view would be amazing from up there. So
Let's see.
looms Marjan Forest Park, a nature reserve with a wealth of walking trails. The most popular one passes shortly through a pine forest before reaching a scenic lookout of Split and the surrounding islands.
there we go.
It's a great place to watch the
Nice.
sunset from. But if
Oh,
you
I
need a
bet.
true escape from the city, you can also continue through the park to other viewpoints and even a beach. The park is big enough that you could spend an entire afternoon here if you want. We put a graphic on the screen here for how to get from Riva Promenade to the main viewpoint on Marjan Hill if you want to do that for sunset.
Okay. Not too far.
Not too bad, yeah. The public square.
Split is more than just a palace, and you'll find fascinating buildings and monuments all around its downtown area.
It looks so pretty.
Get lost in its narrow streets, go shopping, or try some local cuisine.
Ooh.
But the best way to learn about this fascinating
That's
city
interesting.
is to go on a guided walking tour.
Oh,
Not only
nice.
will you visit Split's main highlights, but also become familiar with the
Oh, that's
culture
cool.
and the way of life here. Find a link to a guided tour of Split and Diocletian's palace in the description
Aw.
below.
Mm.
Ooh. Much like Dubrovnik, it just looks like there's so much to see and do, and there's a lot
Yes.
of like preserved culture
Yeah.
and you know,
And a lot of history there. Yeah,
again,
really
it
good.
just looks like there's lots to see and do. And,
Yeah.
and I don't think you would struggle to find things to do either. Like I think you could just go there without a plan almost.
Yeah,
and
and
you,
just-
there would be enough there to,
I
you
think
know,
so.
without really.
Yeah,
You might obviously you probably have to book in advance because
certain things.
maybe things are full at capacity. Who knows? But yeah,
We'll look into it.
yeah. Huh. Making use of the acoustics.
Mm. Oh, where we
Day
going?
trip to a national park.
One of Croatia's absolute highlights is only an hour drive from Split.
Okay.
Krka National Park extends along the 73-kilometer.
Oh,
I think we saw this in
We
the top
saw-
10 things to
yes,
do in Croatia,
yeah.
and this looked really good.
yeah, it
actually.
did. I remember now the walk,
Hmm.
the walkway.
So obviously it's more accessible from Split, I guess,
Yeah.
being only an hour away.
It's a bonus, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 50-mile Krka River, which runs through a karstic canyon. It's a breathtaking area,
Oh, I
That
like
filled
looks
with
really
waterfalls
cool.
and gorges that you can explore on foot via boardwalks and trails. The park actually has 5 main entrances, which are all accessible by car, but located far from one another. Skradinsky Buk is the highlight of the
Wow.
park, where you can take a beautiful walk along the Emerald Green River and end at the park's most impressive waterfall.
that looks
But
awesome.
Roški Slap, Bornum, and Monjošlavak are also worth a visit. If you don't have a car,
Oh,
you can also book a day tour here, and we left a link for that in the description.
Just looks like a nice place to kick back and wind
Yeah.
down, doesn't it? A nice picnic and forget about the world.
no wonder.
The Klis Fortress.
Located 12 kilometers,
Wow.
or 7.4 miles to the northeast of downtown Split, you can find the impressive Klis Fortress. This fort offers beautiful views of the surrounding valley and the Adriatic Sea. Inside, you can explore the various fortifications and visit a small museum with details of the castle's past.
That looks awesome.
If you're a Game of
I'd
Thrones fan,
definitely like to go
you'll
there.
also recognize the Klis
Oh my
Fortress
God.
as Meereen, which appeared in season
Marine
4 and
from Game of
5.
Thrones.
There's a room inside the fort with
Marine,
pictures.
Which one was that? Can you remember Marine?
I think he was about to say a bit more about it. Oh, is that where
Oh, is this the Slavers?
Khaleesi goes to get the
The breaker of
Unsullied?
chains. Oh,
I mean, I'm just seeing.
Should we play? it?
Yeah, I'll get
Let's
too
stop
much into
guessing.
game.
Pictures to freshen up your memory. And alternatively, you can also visit the Game of
Ah,
Thrones
yes.
Museum in the city center of Split.
That's really cool. So they have another. Did he say Game of Thrones museum?
Yeah.
So they have one like Dubrovnik. I think they have.
I think.
Well, no, Dubrovnik had a walking tour on Game of Thrones.
Yes.
These actually have somewhere where you can see things like this. anvil. Okay. This looks good in the preview.
The Blue Lagoon.
Croatia has hundreds of islands dotting its coastline, and those near Split are some of the most pristine on the entire Dalmatian coast.
Nice.
Because of their close proximity to the mainland,
Do you think you'd manage this without getting seasick?
I'll have to prepare for seasickness and just
I'll bring you a bag.
go anyway.
You can just
Yeah.
put your head in the bag. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Once you
fine.
get there, it's fine. There's only so much that can come out, right?
some islands can be discovered on an island hopping tour
that's
from
That's
Split.
awesome.
We joined the 5-island tour, during which we snorkeled and swam in the pristine waters of the Blue Lagoon, visited charming villages on the islands of Vis and Far, and explored the dazzling Blue Cave. We cruised on a speedboat,
That's the one.
allowing for a smaller group and more intimate experience.
So I guess it's the
Is
sun
that
coming
the-
under.
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
the
it-
natural light, isn't it?
It's really cool, isn't it? Looks like a nice thing to do.
So we made it to the Blue Lagoon here. We're about to go take a quick swim. We thought this is a good time to mention the sponsor of today's video. Get Your Guide is a platform where you can book unforgettable travel experiences. They actually offer 60,000 different experiences from destinations all around the world. And one of the cool things is that the guides are always locals, so they have a lot of different knowledge about the history of the area and just some local insights for you. In our opinion,
That's
Get
quite
Your Guide
cool.
is really the best platform right now to pre-book your travel activities because the app is super easy to use and you can have your ticket right on your phone. You don't have to print anything
That's
out.
quite cool, actually.
And there's 24/7 support. There's free cancellation 24 hours in advance if you need to. And there's also sometimes skip the line options. So we highly recommend Get Your Guide. There's a link to the tour that we did today in the description below, along with a special discount code. And there's links to all the other tours that are in the Split area. So we hope you enjoy it.
Well, that's good to know. We were talking about tours and that's booking things in
Yeah, it
advance.
looked really handy, to be honest, didn't it? Like
Yeah.
almost like an all-in-one thing to
Mm.
just book your trip, I suppose.
Yeah.
And keep all your tickets on.
But with locals is what got me. I
Yeah, so
think,
you're
as
going to
well.
get the
You're supporting
Yeah,
the
exactly.
local people as well. Good one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I love the Czech flag. Like
Yeah.
Czech Republic's flag is one of my favorite flags in the whole world. I don't know why. It's just so pretty.
Why am I confused by the Czech Republic and Croatia?
Oh my god. Yes, Croatian flag.
You're getting confused, huh?
I'm getting confused.
I was like, am I watching the wrong
What?
video here?
What
I
were
was
you
so
doing here?
confused. Like, I was like, I must be wrong because I'm always wrong. Like, yeah, and then for once I'm not.
I mean, they have similar colors, but yeah, no, I was talking about the Croatian flag. Oh dear.
Swiftly moving
Ignore
on.
me.
Trogir.
If you're looking for a more relaxed atmosphere, but equally beautiful medieval walls, then you should add Trogir to your Split itinerary. Located only 30
Okay.
kilometers from the city center of Split, the old town of Trogir is set on a tiny island linked by bridges to the mainland, as well as the neighboring larger island. Within its walls, you can find many beautiful buildings that were built between the 12th and 15th century. Walk its narrow alleyways and the beautiful boulevard that's lined with cafes, restaurants, and yachts.
How'd you get there?
I should just get a taxi or something.
Is it not an island?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, Lakes National Park.
Last but not least, we have the world-famous Plitvice Lakes. Known for its large network of karstic emerald lakes and stunning waterfalls, this park is a must-visit when in Croatia and is protected by UNESCO for a good reason. You can visit the park as a
Wow,
day
look
trip
at
from
that.
Split, and we left a link for that tour in the description. However, it's definitely easier to visit this magical place from the closer city of Zadar, which is where we did it from.
Okay.
Check out our Zadar video to get the full details about Plitvice Lakes.
Wow.
There's just so
That
much
is-
natural
If you're
beauty
planning
going
for
on.
a Croatia trip,
in-
we recommend
I think we
keeping
can
things
stop it
organized.
Yeah.
But there's so much natural beauty going on in Croatia, isn't it? Like with the natural part, the national parks, like the waterfalls, and it's all well decked out as well. So it's all made accessible, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
You know, because not all of us are hikers. Well, we're definitely not.
No, we
so,
like a bit of a walk, but like not.
But I think it's nice that
hiking
they've
up
made it
mountains.
they've made it accessible. I think
Yeah.
that's the main thing. So that's quite nice.
Do you wanna get rid of?
Oh yeah, sorry.
video?
Let's get rid of that. But yeah, no, I think Split as a town
Split
or
looks
as a city,
amazing as
sorry,
well.
looks really nice.
Yeah.
I think Dubrovnik still edges it a little bit for me, probably because of the way it looks, and it's a bit more. I want to say a bit more medieval, but I think it's just more of a fortress-looking sort of city. But equally,
it feels
they're
like
both
they
nice,
both have loads to offer, and it feels like they would have to be separate trips to an extent, unless we have.
I think they're quite far apart, aren't they? Because Dubrovnik's sort of right down on that little peninsula. I want to say. I'm making up things now.
We
it's down there somewhere.
botched it up tonight, didn't we?
But yeah, so what I did like about Split though was it had a lot of like Roman influence, and a lot of the architecture. That is right, isn't it? It had the Roman.
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, I've never been to anywhere with any Roman. Well, it's not obvious, but I haven't been to anywhere with any Roman influence. So it'd be quite nice to actually see some of that history. You know, you hear a lot, and you know, I've studied about it in school way back when. And
yeah, we haven't been to Italy either, have we?
We went to Venice.
Well,
but it's kind of different in a way, isn't it? Venice is just Venice.
It's got other things going for it. Yeah.
But yeah, what a lovely video.
Split.
Another wonderful video by those guys.
Yeah, very nice. We'll link the original video in the description, guys, if you want to check out their other videos. We really like their style and how they make their videos. So if we find any others from them that for destinations that we're interested in, I think we might you might see them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Thanks
Until
for
next
watching.
Time. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
And bye.